Hi, it's Amanda here, the Creative Gardener. So, welcome to today. I hope you are having a really wonderful day despite everything that's going on. So today I've got lots of little jobs that I want to do, and I thought I would just come out and do them. And it's like, you know, those jobs where, I don't know, you just have to feel in the mood, and I wasn't feeling in the mood at all, but I watched this video on YouTube about this little boy in Colombia, and at the time when the film cameras went to see him, he was 9 years old, and he was helping the elderly in his community. Now, okay, what I'm about to do has got nothing to do with the elderly in the community, but it's about my long-term goals of creating a food forest, and it then going out to help others. And it isn't until you start that you build up the momentum, and now they went back. I mean, I don't know, I didn't look at the date of the video, but they went back and he was 20, so, you know, 11 years later, and he managed to build a home for the elderly, sleeping 140 people, and he made a really big impact in his all but 20 years, and he organised the young people as well to help out. And so I thought to myself, you've got all these little things that further down the line you're hoping will go, forgive the wind, and so you need to get on with it. And so I thought, let me just come out. I've got plants to plant, I've got seeds that have germinated to water, young plants that it's been really dry, and so they need to be taken care of. So this is what I'm going to do. So you're going to come along with me and hopefully just encourage you to, you know, whatever it is that you've always wanted to do, needed to do, thought of doing, that you take a step today and you make things happen. Because it's that small step that you take. It's just me going out and watering some plants that need the care that will give them a strength tomorrow, and then grow into a big tree producing loads of fruit. And so another fruit that's on my list is persimmon, and yeah, that's something else that I'm going to grow. So anyway, let's go, and I'll talk you through some of the things I'm going to do today. Okay, one of the things that I want to do under here in the under the house nursery is to tidy up, but not only to tidy up, to water the plants that are coming up. So I know that I've got some Mexican sunflowers, no, red Mexican sunflower. I am so excited. So I'm going to show you what we've got coming up, and just some of the things I want to do under here. And so this row is Mexican sunflower, this row is pumpkin, two different types of pumpkin, then I've got the soursop. I made a mistake of forgetting that this one had soursop in, and I planted pumpkin as well, but the soursop will take longer to germinate. What else is coming up? The kale, I've got the kale there. And I noticed some slugs yesterday, not here, but in another area of the garden. It hadn't even rained, and I was quite surprised they were coming up. So the kale, ooh, I've got is that a delphinium in the corner there coming up. So these all need watering. This hasn't yet been planted, so I was just letting those Mexican sunflowers, the leaves die down. And then over in this corner, I put soil in here. These are not yet come up. Again, tidying this bit up. And under here, I've got storage bottles. Oh, you can see, it's just stuff. I was also testing an idea out. I had brought some spirulina powder, and it was out of date. When I brought it, it must have had like 3-4 months date left, and I just didn't realise. And then this super cacao. Now I'm wondering whether they will help the soil go back into the soil. So we're going to see. Here I've got some Gallia melon coming up. One of the seeds is germinated. Nothing from the watermelons yet. Nothing here. Parsley. Can't even see any like tiny little. Nothing here. No peas yet. Again, it might just take a bit of time. I've got some rosemary. Look, there's a couple there coming up. Yeah, very tiny. But what I've also got to guard against is if you leave it for I have to be out here every day. That is the thing, because they dry up really quickly, and then as soon as they come up, especially with the rosemary that I've noticed, they die down again. So let me take you to the other place that I wanted to show you what I have to do. So these are my pre-filled bottles. I don't have any irrigation out here, so it was a choice, but it's meant that actually, I was going to say it's meant that, then it's just a lot harder. But at the end of the day, it's a choice made because this is a plant, this is my black sage. I want a food forest. I want things to be able to grow well, and if I prepare the ground properly, then they will be able to. I mean, look at this, is flourishing. I can't remember the name of this, and it hasn't been watered. I don't water it. This lower section here, again, another job sitting here. I want to do something with the wood, which I showed in another video. But yeah, so some of the plants are doing fine in this really dry weather. And this last bed is, I think it gets more water and then less as we move along, because I've got another black sage here that is suffering as well. And my Mexican sunflower along here is suffering. Anyway, so I've got these, I shared it in another video, it's these little white stuff on the plant, which I think is just the eggs, and you can see it really well. See where am I pointing to? Let me just come out. Okay, here we go. So you can see it there. Okay, and what also accompanies them are these moths there. Now they're ever so pretty, but as you can see, I don't want my black sage covered in this stuff. So what I do is I come out with the spray. So two things I'm going to have to do today is water the plant where it is, because it's wilting a bit. But also what I do is with my spray gun, it's just got water in, and I just spray it, and what that does is wash off the white residue, the seed eggs, and what I should probably do is the underside of some of the leaves that I can't get to with the spray is to get rid of them as well. So essentially disrupting their cycle and giving the plant a chance to kind of, get back to its glory. It's seeding at the moment. So I'm going to just let those seeds fall and grow. The flowers are very, I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, so I'm going to get on with this, and then I'm going to water it and then move on to another task. One of the other tasks I've got are these. I can't remember whether it's... I can't remember what I put in here. I think it's hot peppers. So I've got to plant those out and water them in And then I've got this, it's pak choy. I'm not sure whether you can do this with pak choy, but I saw this green bit and I thought, oh, it must be growing back, even though I just cut it yesterday. So I'm going to get on with those 2 jobs and meet you back under the nursery. Okay, so a couple of hours later, some sweat. Can you see me glistening? Or am I glowing? Cole, come here. Come. I planted out the... Actually, let me just take you. Come. I've watered all the plants under here. The Mexican sunflower. I'm so excited about. I think I've got delphinium coming up and some rosemary. I've packed up most of the bags now, separated them out. I've got bottles in this bag here and cartons, glass bottles and tins in the rest of them. I found a pomegranate plant over there, so I have, come with me, I have put it in here for now. In here, there it is, pomegranate. And I've watered all the plants apart from these. I'll do these later. I'm clearing, you would have seen a lot more things here, so I've cleared, had some papaya seeds, so I planted them out. Come. Watered this and sprayed it, and then the spray halfway packed up, so I've got to do the rest of these, just this side. Okay, so come along with me here. I found some marigold seeds, so I scattered some along here and I put the rest in a pot to grow. Here is where I put what I think is hot peppers and sweet peppers. I put them along here, and then I watered them in and put Mexican sunflower so that the soil around it wouldn't dry out too much, and then I'll come back later on this evening and sort them out. See how they spread. Come here. Hit him next door. And this is the hole. Come on. That's how he does it. The Mexican sunflower, look how they spread their seeds. But I would have come along and cut these and put them down, but they're not doing anything. But look how far it's spread there. And just the seeds scatter. But I wanted to just make sure the ones that I planted, the red ones, will get the great start they need. Here is my bird of paradise, and it was doing really well at one point. Then a locust came along, and this is what's been left. So what I'm going to do is move them, water them well. I think it was a good spot for them because it was very rich in nutrients here, but I don't know, maybe maybe at the front of the house or somewhere lower down. It's not the wind. I know it's a bit breezy up here, but it's not that the wind is blowing them. But I'll maybe move the rest and put them in places where I can keep a closer eye on them, water them. I mean, they're still growing. You can still see some growing and some of the younger ones down here. So yeah, what I think is I'm going to move it, and I think they probably need more water than they were getting. So being nearer the house, maybe at the front, maybe in a pot, maybe a couple of them, maybe in a pot. I'm not sure. What else did I do? I watered the smaller plants, so things like I'm not even going to go down there. The avocado plant tree, it will be. See, this one is doing really well beside it. It's been growing. It grows slowly, but that was just taken from one cutting. So what I plan to do is take additional cuttings and put them at the front, and hopefully they'll grow. Although that, as I say, down there is the wettest spot, and that's why I think this moringa tree has done so well. And I don't know whether you can see that up there, big wasp. Oh no, yeah. It was a hummingbird, but it's not. It's a big wasp. There was at least 3 of them in the no, there was 5. I counted them. There was 5, and it was just like I've never seen so many all together. Anyway, so things like my rosemary, which I brought it as a small plant, and in the sunlight, it's not doing too well. I think it likes a more acidic soil. This is so I did put some lime and some sand here. It's growing, but you know, it's still not growing as bushy as the one I had in England. It was just like an amazing, just from one plant, it just grew massive. But here, obviously, the temperature's climate's a lot different. So yeah, done a general tidy up. I wanted to clear this area of the bottles, and that will be clear. A lot of those things, the plate and stuff had seeds in, so I've taken them out. So most of those things will go. I've resurrected my garden seat, so I'm going to decorate that. And this is going to be my makeshift, like a mini kiln. And I've only got I've just got some small bits of clay. So these are already been fired, I'm assuming. These were found in the ground, but I'm doing some creative projects with them. So yeah, that's it for now. It's really warm out, so I'm going to go in and get something to drink and come back out later on. But I'm pleased with this area, that I've cleared it, watered that, and kind of tended to part of the plant. And what I'm going to do is cut it down to maybe 1/3, and then just mulch it and give it a better start. And there's other little things, as I say, to go around and do, like this tyre. I had filled it under the hugelkultur kind of method and layered it. And what happens is it just does go down. So what I want to do is take out these, the paddle plants, fill it back up and separate them anyway, and just put one back in there. Because this is all from one plant, you see. And there. And then you've got this, which by rights, this is how they flower. It sends up this long shoot. By rights, I should be able to cut it in sections and plant these, because look, these are all where I had another one and it did this just died, but I'm sure I can put this in soil and in sections and see them grow. And that's another great way of propagating your plants. And getting plants like these, they're really, really fulfilling. You should be in soil. Okay, let me put you over there. It's really fulfilling because, you know, they're always producing little plant nuts that you can take off, grow, and then you've got another mini plant. And as I say, when I first brought this plant before, it was like 2 of these in a pot. Or this was smaller, so you had a fairly big one and then you had some smaller ones around it. So maybe like that, it looked a bit like that. But these are kind of feeling a bit dry. They're not as stiff as they would normally, so they're drying out. So I want to refill this with cardboard leaves, some compost. I've got some compost material, and get that redone again. Yeah, so that's me for now. So I hope that it wasn't maybe not a mini tour, but it's just kind of just a part of some of the things that, you know, kind of build up and that you want to kind of do, you want to do, and you see a different result. Now, like, I'm looking at the space in front of the black sage, and I really do like it clear. and it's just because you're doing so many little jobs that sometimes, you know, it just seems to get cluttered. And so that for me over the next few weeks is what I'm going to be focusing on, kind of getting rid of the clutter, putting things in place. The tiles that I've been kind of allowing to, I've been putting plant material in and it's been dying down, so building up a bit of the soil. I'm just going to put some plants in them, and it's just going to be nice to have more greenery, especially when the rainy season comes and everything will start taking off and you know, getting themselves established. So yeah, I'm going in for now, and I'll see you soon. And just as well, I hope that you found it useful to have an additional video each week. So now I'm doing 3 videos on my creative gardener, just so that, you know, for those of you who may be stuck inside and not able to, you know, go out and enjoy, you'll be able to imagine that you're here, hear the sounds, and imagine that you're here and get some comfort in that. And you know, one day, who knows, maybe you'll come and visit me in my tropical paradise. Okay, take care for now.